the excitement of the playoffs, incredible results. Let's discover how the league's less favored teams changed the course of the games. From the successes of Mutombo to those of Rose, let's remember the greatest upsets in NBA history. Hey there, welcome back to Goat of Basket. The current season has reached the playoffs, and as always, it is giving us incredible excitement. As you probably know, the playoffs are always full of surprises and unexpected outcomes, and this year is no exception. One of the biggest shockers of the playoffs so far was the series between the Milwaukee Bucks led by Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Miami Heat with Butler and his crew, respectively holding the 1st and 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. Against all odds, thanks to some amazing performances by Jimmy Butler that bordered on perfection, the Heat managed to come out on top and advance to the next round. Today, we'll be diving into some of the most unpredictable playoff series of all time, where the final outcome seemed like a foregone conclusion, but the determination and grit of the players resulted in shocking upsets that were nothing short of incredible. Get ready for some exciting basketball talk. Let's take a trip down memory lane to 1994. Back then, playoff series, except for the finals, were best of 5 games. That year, the Seattle Supersonics, led by a talented and solid roster, dominated the regular season and finished first in the West. On the other side of the court were the young Denver Nuggets, who were pinning their hopes on their rising star, Dikembe Mutombo. The series seemed like a foregone conclusion, and indeed the Supersonics, led by Peyton and Kemp, easily won Game 1. However, the Denver Nuggets, led by Dikembe Mutombo, fought back fiercely, and soon the series was tied at 2-2. It all came down to Game 5, and the two teams battled it out. But thanks to an incredible performance, Denver won the game 98-94. The odds had been defied. Seattle was eliminated, and Denver moved on. Let's fast forward a few years to 1999. This time, it was the Eastern Conference that defied all predictions and gave us an unexpected outcome. The New York Knicks, who qualified as the 8th seed, faced off against one of the hottest teams in the league, the Miami Heat. Despite their lower ranking, the Knicks had a strong roster featuring the likes of Patrick Ewing, Allen Houston, and Latrell Sprewell. On the other hand, Miami could count on top-notch athletes such as Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway, and Dan Majerle. Once again, the series was very close, with Game 5 being the decisive matchup. And of course, the ending was absolutely mind-blowing. In the final seconds of the game, with Miami leading 76-77, Allen Houston made a pivotal play as he penetrated, shot the ball, and it went in. With a score of 78-77, the Knicks took the win and closed out the series. Can you believe it? The final score was Knicks 3, Miami 2, and the Knicks moved on to the next round, winning their first series since 1997. Now we travel back in time to 2007, when the first round of the Western Conference playoffs brought us a thrilling matchup between the Mavericks and the Warriors. Led by one of Europe's greatest talents, Dirk Nowitzki, as well as icons like Jason Kidd, the Mavericks came in as top seed and were ready to take on the Golden State Warriors, a team that thrived on the enthusiasm of their home crowd and featured amazing players like Baron Davis, Steven Jackson, and Monta Ellis. The series was a best-of-7 showdown, and it looked like the Mavericks would have an easy time advancing to the next round. But as we all know, things don't always go as planned. With the rallying cry of "We Believe," Davis and his teammates shocked everyone by defeating the Texans and moving on to the next stage of the playoffs. The Warriors' amazing story continued, while the Mavericks were left to lick their wounds. In 2011, another Texan team suffers the price of being eliminated. The San Antonio Spurs, led by the unstoppable trio of Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili, found themselves in a tough position in the Western Conference playoffs. As the top seed, they faced off against the underdog Memphis Grizzlies, led by a talented lineup including Mark Gasol, Zach Randolph, and Mike Conley. The series got off to a rocky start for the Spurs, with a tough loss in the first game at FedEx Forum. It was a hard-fought battle, but in the end, the Grizzlies emerged victorious with a score of 101-98, powered by a stunning performance from Zach Randolph. Unfortunately for the Spurs, this defeat set the tone for the rest of the series, which ended with the Grizzlies triumphing 4-2. Another amazing playoff series from Buckets in 2012, where the Philadelphia team, featuring Andre Iguodala, Elton Brand, and Jrue Holiday, faced off against the Chicago Bulls, led by the youngest MVP of all time, Derrick Rose, and his talented teammates. Despite being the top-seeded team in the Eastern Conference, the Bulls had their work cut out for them against the talented 76ers squad. The playoff series got off to a great start for the Chicago Bulls, as they were able to secure a win in the first game. However, it was a bittersweet victory for them and their fans, because their star Rose suffered a devastating injury to his left knee. It was heartbreaking to watch, and it meant that he was out for the rest of the series and the season. The Bulls faced an uphill battle without their star player, but Philadelphia found a way to capitalize on their advantage and ultimately emerged victorious with a 4-2 win. It's moments like these, both the highs and the lows, that make the playoffs so exciting and unpredictable. Although the injury to Rose will always be remembered as one of the biggest what-ifs in basketball history, his passion and authenticity have made him one of the most beloved athletes of all time. Hey there! These were some of the biggest upsets and surprises of the NBA playoffs. These playoffs have been full of unexpected twists and turns, and we can't wait to see what's next. Who do you think will come out on top and win the championship? We would love to hear your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date on all things basketball, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, Go to Basket. We have plenty of exciting content coming your way, so stay tuned.